Here are the tools I use to take my brows from this to this. First, we cleanse the brows. You can just use micellar water, then an alcohol wipe, and then we will be brushing and trimming the brows. You want to make sure if you're tinting your brows to brush them first, just to remove any dead skin cells and get an even tint. For trimming the brows, we brush the front of the brow up and the back of the brow down. Make sure you're not going above the hairline here, so just go right below where your natural brow is, and then for the top of the brow, make sure that you stay in line with the arch. We're on to measuring, so I take a straight tool. You can use a caliper or a popsicle stick and go from the outer nostril past the corner of the eye, straight up, and then depending on the client, you're going to go through the iris. You might use the pupil, or you might use the outer corner of the iris. It just depends on the person. And for the tail, of course, we use the outer corner of the nose and the eye. We are going to use our caliper tool to measure and take a look at the other side. They're pretty much even. And then we measure the other side. And what you can do is, if you like one brow better than the other, you can just measure that brow first and then use the caliper to measure the front of the brow and the caliper to then create the arch like you see here. We use the caliper to create the arch to be symmetrical with brow 1, and then we use caliper to create the tail as well. I've been doing brows for about 7.5 years, and to this day, the tools I use to map brows are a caliper, the pencil that you see there, I use the string, and that's pretty much it. But I will show you how to use a ruler in this video as well. Brow mapping is a little more challenging on yourself simply because your eyes have to be open, and so you can see my brows are constantly moving, and that is not ideal when you're trying to get a nice map. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to map yourself, you might have some challenges. Here I'm marking the center